Happy holiday! Good morning. This is TMI Socials, where we talk everything trendy, all of the stories that you have been reacting to online. Welcome on board. I am Nwoluwapo Stevens. Or better still, call me your social media butterfly. Now, this morning we begin with Senator Orji Uzor Kalu. He has cautioned opposition leaders to stop demarketing the country in the name of politics. While posting on his Facebook page, the former Abia State governor and staunch Bola Tinubu supporter said politicians should stop going abroad to speak ill of Nigeria, as it will reduce the foreign investment coming into the country. His comments come after Peter Obi last week at the John Hopkins University alleged that in Nigeria, politicians pay youth 20,000 naira to insult those advocating for their future on social media. Take a listen to him.
Very difficult to see some of our leaders going around America, Europe, Canada, Australia, China, demarketing our country. When we're busy looking for investment to pull up the country, people are busy going to tell everybody in Nigeria that nothing is happening. Very sure. But how do we bring the people up? We must lift our Nigerians up. The policies of President Tinubu is going to work, and it's working, but the problem is that it's not trickling down. The trickling down effect is what is after, and that is why we need continual.
Well, you've heard it loud and clear. Stop demarketing Nigeria. Tinubu's policy is working. Just calm down, you know? Anyway, moving over to tweets. Let's see reactions on the story. This user says, stop going abroad for medical and let your kids study here in Nigeria. Another user on Instagram also did say, Nigeria does not need international investment to survive. We generate so much revenues that are never accounted for fully. How much does the customs, mining, SON, etc. generate yearly? Forget about crude. Now finally, okay, let's move over to another story. Well, now this time around, Nigerians have been reacting to a viral video of Olu Koyede saying, if we discover that you have stolen money, you will have questions to answer, regardless of whether you're from the APC, the PDP, Labour Party, or even NNPP. Take a listen to the EFCC boss.
To order to members who perhaps are not people who are perhaps are not members of the political party, or the ruling party rather, would be unfair to us and would be an injustice on our part. And I need to say this to Nigerians with every sense of humility. My mandate is, if I discover you have stolen money, you will have questions to answer. Whether you are of APC, or you are of PDP, or you are of Labour Party, or you are of NPP, or you are of SDP, if a member of APC has stolen money, you will have case to answer. If a member of PDP has stolen money, it's like sandpaper, it won't digest in your tummy.
Anyway, to be forewarned is to be forearmed. How did Nigerians react to this one on social media? Well, this user says, was he not the one that said he would resign if Yahaya Bello is not brought to book? Social media never forgets. Well, another user on Instagram also wrote, story for the gods. You promised to resign if Yahaya Bello was not persecuted. And now, Yahaya Bello and other criminals are walking freely now. Tell me about it. Now, moving over to another viral video of Nigerians reacting to this trending video of the Alaafin of Oyo refusing to stand up to greet the Ooni of Ife at an event. Take a look. Now, if you were very cognizant with the video, if you look critically, he stood up. The first king stood up and greeted. The second one stood up, but Alaafin did not stand up. Now, let's share an old picture of the former Alaafin. If we could have that second picture on the screen, where the same Ooni of Ife was also greeting the former Alaafin of Oyo. That's the picture there, and of course, nobody said anything about it. But this time around, those social media users have been reacting to it. Let's get your reaction on this story. This user wrote, "This is arrogance. He can do better as Omoluabi. Because even Oni is standing by default, he should have stood up and greet, not as a sign of weakness, but as courtesy." Another user also wrote, "Historically, the Alaafin of Oyo supersedes the Ooni of Ife. The Alaafin is the leader of the old Oyo Empire, while the Oni is the keeper of Odua Shrine." Now, well, away from tradition, let's talk politics. The suspended Rivers State Governor, Nyesom Fubara, recently paid a visit to the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT. And now, this particular news actually is an allegation. At his Abuja residence, it was said that Nyesom Fubara paid a visit to the FCT Minister at his Abuja residence in a bid to reconcile with his former political ally. It was learned that the visit, which reportedly took place on Friday, April 18th, came shortly after Fubara met with President Bola Tinubu in London over his prolonged rift with Wike, a crisis that prompted the president to declare the state of emergency in Rivers State and suspend him, along with other elected officials, for 6 months. Well, sources actually also did say that Fubara was accompanied to Wike's house by the Ogun State Governor, Dapo Abiodun, and the former Ogun State Governor, Olu Uzor. Now, moving over to reactions, let's have a couple of tweets and see how you took this one. Well, this user says, "Tinubu, no need permission to enter your spirit." Abi, how Mubad takes sing that song? If you know, you know. Another user also wrote, "The governor was not smart. He didn't build relationships, but was too quick to fight his godfather. Smart people become grounded, before making dangerous moves." Now, finally, this user says, "Agreement is agreement. God himself doesn't support betrayal." Perfect. Olu says that. Now, finally, today is May Day. Yeah, so happy Workers' Day celebration. But here is a viral video of what is currently happening in the moment at Eagle Square in Abuja, the venue where Nigerian workers in and around the Federal Capital Territory are expected to converge on for the celebration of May Day. Now, it is visibly empty as at the time this video was seen, with only security personnel seen manning patrol. Take a look. Now, what really does this mean? Why don't we have workers coming out on the parade ground to celebrate the Workers' Day? What really is going on? Well, only time will tell eventually. Anyway, that's how we wrap things up this morning on TMI Socials. Thank you so much for being a part of the show. I am Paul Stevens. And from all of us on This Morning on ITV, Lagos, Abuja, and right here in Edo State, Nigeria, have yourself a beautiful May Day celebration ahead. Happy holiday.